It's the Swans' greatest stat, their best ever, Adam Goodes, marking a career milestone at Aurora Stadium in Tasmania. The dual Brownlow medalist overtaking Michael O'Loughlin's all-time Swans games record in a match of the round against the former flag favourites Hawthorn, languishing in 11th on the ladder. But the Hawks are unbeaten at their Launceston fortress and would take flight early.
Got it to Sewell, deep to full forward, Roughead in prime position. Oh, he did everything to take the mark. You know what? It doesn't matter.
Roughead out of the ruck and playing forward. The Swans turning their attention to a glove-wearing Buddy trying to find him.
It was only a matter of time.
The Swans' early pressure paying off for their first through O'Keefe.
He's an experienced player and he makes no mistake.
But Alistair Clarkson would rotate his big men up forward. Roughead, Franklin, and then David Hale.
Johnson turning up the heat. Brilliant tackle from Buddy. Could have been holding the ball. Again, it doesn't matter. The consequence was all it did.
The Hawks spread, running the Swans off their feet, finding their targets inside 50 at close to 90%.
So here's Roughead, 1 goal 2 thus far this season, and that one's working back to a nicety.
The Hawks fifth for the quarter, threatening to blow the Swans off Aurora, but they claw one back before the break.
4 goals for the year so far in his 3 games. And Ryan O'Keefe, he's ready today to make a bigger contribution.
Trailing by 19 at quarter time, the Swans' former Hawk Josh Kennedy would trim the deficit.
And that is a beautiful strike.
The Hawks would lose their main man at the back in Josh Gibson, but it didn't affect them up forward. Buddy, brilliant off the deck.
Franklin got through to Shields. They're lining up. Rioli, Roughead for his 4th, would you believe?
Have a look at Franklin's little disposal here. Just a little handball into the shield.
Free of the pressure provided by Gibson, the Swans would answer through Bolton. But at the other end, the human highlight reel would take off.
Setting it up. Oh, Rioli!
What a grab, 3 on 1.
You couldn't actually see him as the ball was in flight, but he appeared from nowhere and drags down the mark, which gets the fans to their feet.
He'd dish off to Jordan Lewis for another Hawks goal, as Jared Roughead set himself for a bag.
This is for 5, and it gets there. Hawks again by 22.
Gibson would return only to be pummeled by the skipper. Trailing by 20 at half-time, the Swans' milestone man, Adam Goodes, would change their fortunes.
Needs a goal, his side, desperate for it, and it hangs on.
He'd spark a Swans revival, getting the best of an injured Gibson and getting them back in the contest.
The plot thickens here at Aurora Stadium. He's been doing it for so long. He's still got it.
The third quarter was proving all Sydney. Josh Kennedy getting them to within a point.
Summed it up quickly in a square.
Strong hands from Kennedy.
And when Bird goaled, the comeback was complete.
So barring just a moment in the first quarter, the Swans are in front for the first time today.
The silence deafening in the Hawks coach's box as they were kept scoreless in the third term. The pain continuing in the final quarter.
Goodes knows that now. Works back. Hanbury kept coming. So did Jack. And Jack's got it in his sights and he puts it through.
The Swans had kicked 5 unanswered goals for a 13-point lead until Rioli decided to go it alone.
Off doing a little dance and a jig. And they'll all be jumping now for joy because they've finally kicked one.
It would turn the tide. Jordan Lewis would cop one high in the goal square, and the Hawks were back.
Should nail it, goes back and puts it through, and scores are level.
But the Swans would return to the running game so successful in the third term and halt the Hawks' momentum in style.
Here's Jeddah, instant kick, not a bad one, even better than that. And the Swans are back in front.
The Swans ramping up their forward pressure. Roughead trapped. His former teammate handed the shot.
Against his old side. There's a dagger through the heart. Right there and then.
The Hawks under siege, and the Swans would continue the charge.
And it's getting harder by the minute. It is getting harder by the second. As Hanbury kicks another one.
But this day would be about their 304 gamer.
Adam Goodes. Oh, it was meant to be.
A milestone to remember.
He comes in, he puts it through, and he can party like it's 1999 tonight.
And the party would continue, the Swans stamping their premiership credentials, unbeaten after